Good Thursday morning, everybody. On this May 25th, I'm Chris Allen here on the SAM channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. It is Little Friday. Oh, and it's a little Friday before a holiday weekend. That's even better. And the weather's pretty doggone good. I'm telling you, it's was nice yesterday. Few clouds here and there. We're seeing a few clouds just around this morning, even a little patchy fog. You see a cold front that is north of us, and you may be thinking, well, is that front? Is it going to spark off any showers? Nope. It's a dry front, and it's moving south and west. And what's going to happen is once this front slips through here this morning, in fact, it's coming through right now, there's going to be a little shift in the wind from the northeast. And what that's going to do is bring the dew points down and even bring temperatures down. And average temperatures overall are going to be running below average over the next few days, leading into the Memorial Day weekend. I'm telling you, it's perfect timing. I don't see any kind of rain or thunderstorms or any big issues like that coming our direction. So if you're staying right here at home, Southern Kentucky, Northern Middle Tennessee, this entire region is going to be very nice and even pleasant with the temperatures that I'm about to show you in the 10-day blender. But man, this is nice. Clear skies. Like I said, just a few puffy clouds here and there. The front is coming through, and we're going to be the benefactors of some extra nice Memorial Day weekend weather here in the region. So prepare yourselves for that. Make some outdoor plans for sure. It's going to be so good. Here's a look at that 10-day blender now. And what you see is we go from pleasant lower dew point temperatures in the even low 70s to mid 70s to low 80s. And as we get back to work next week, things are going to ramp up. Look at that. Summer like temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90 each and every day. And the humidity is going to come back. I heard somebody say, well, about the humidity. Well, it's coming back. Dew points will be back up in the 60s. So you know that's going to be humid. But I got to tell you, once that front, that dry front comes through this morning, which is happening right now as of almost 5 a.m., the rest of today is going to feel wonderful. Sunshine, northeast light breeze. Temperatures will continue. I mean, we're still going to make it to about 81 or so. We hit 85 yesterday, but that was a humid 85. Today it's going to be 81, lower dew points and humidity, so it's going to feel a lot more comfortable today than yesterday did. Then we go upper 70s, then low 70s for Sunday. Huh. How about that? It's another kind of a front that comes through. Then we see things heating up big time. The first real threat of 90s begins to appear as we get into next week and the first few days of June. So what a way to close out May and go into June with some 90-degree temperatures. It's it's coming. It's been a long time coming. If it was like talking about the winds of March for so long, and then every time it would warm up, then we cool back down and then get some freezing temperatures overnight. That's all over. All of it is over. Here we go into summer, folks, next week for sure. Here's a look at current temperatures as of almost 5 a.m. this morning from the Kentucky Mesonet Network. You see lots of 50s out in the eastern part of the state, and mostly mid to upper 50s. In a few spots, there's some low 50s down in the valley areas, but Once you get, say, west of the Green River Lake area, Lake Cumberland, everybody's upper 50s to low 60s even showing up this morning. But the cold front is starting to dive southward. And some of that cooler air that you see that's over northern and central Kentucky, that's as a result of the cold front, the dry cold front, and the northeast breeze that is coming in. In fact, you can see it. Let me show you the wind. Here's the current winds. See how these arrows are pointing south and west? That's the cold front coming through. And a little bit of a breeze now and then, maybe up to 10 miles per hour. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's not going to get windy. It's just going to be a little breezy with that cold front passing through. But man, the result is going to be so nice. Here's a look at the model map, and I can show you that if you're looking for rain, we're not going to find any around here. It's going to be high and dry as that front comes on through. There will be some showers with a little bit of what we call orographic lift in the higher elevations through the Blue Ridge Mountains, down through the Smokies and Cumberland Plateau, Middle and East Tennessee. And then you've got this offshore low pressure system that I talked about yesterday that is going to throw moisture into the Virginias and the Carolinas for the holiday weekend. So if you're headed southeast toward the coastal Virginias, Carolinas, Georgia, Florida for the holiday weekend, it is going to be windy and rainy. It's not quite tropical in delineation, but it's got tropical characteristics to it. Even though it's not a named storm necessarily, it's going to, really it should be treated like a tropical system because it's going to bring a lot of rain to the coastal Carolinas, especially over time. But here in southern Kentucky and much of the Mid South, it is going to be nice and dry and pleasant temperatures each and every day, low humidity levels. Look at all this onshore rain coming in with that low pressure system. I mean, it's going to be the mountains to the east of us, Appalachian Mountains, are going to block a lot of that rain from coming our direction. At least that's the way it looks right now. Some of the models trying to throw in something Saturday night into Sunday with that system, maybe overrunning the hills a little bit, as you see there. Well, it tries to work its way east, and maybe places like Jackson, Kentucky, or Williamsburg, Monticello, let's say not quite Danville, not quite that far east, but eastern Kentucky, Pikeville, those areas, yeah, I think you could get some shower activity there if you're headed that way. But the rest of us, I think, should stay dry. We may see a couple of clouds out of that system as we get on into the weekend, but overall, this is going to be an extra nice and refreshing and pleasant Memorial Day weekend weather wise. So keep your outdoor plans. It's looking A-OK. Here's a look at the surface map. We'll go through the next 7 days and take it day by day. Here we are right now with the cold front passing through. Only thing it's going to bring is a shift in the wind from the northeast and those lower dew points. Here we go into this afternoon and tonight. You see those little showers trying to get going in the higher elevations. At the end of the front is a rather weak low pressure system that just happens to form because of the lift that the mountains provide to the east of us. Here we go into Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Saturday morning. There is a little trough here, but it's so far north that, like again, I said, mentioned some clouds, possible with the sun on Saturday afternoon and evening. Here comes that system offshore to bring the heavy rains and winds to the Virginias, the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida. Let's go into Sunday, still there, and some parts of eastern Kentucky may get in on some of those showers and clouds. Here's Monday, Memorial Day, same thing, different day. Tuesday, quiet for us. High pressure winds over the rain. And here we go into Wednesday of next week. Pretty quiet, pretty dry. There may be some showers as we get toward the end of next week, but not until then. For us in southern Kentucky, northern middle Tennessee, it's going to stay pretty quiet. All right, tomorrow is the day that I head to Franklin. It's a Franklin Friday on the Weather Radio Tour. Ace Hardware Marketplace. Ace is the place. From noon to 2, I've got weather radios for $38.99 each, plus tax. That'll put you right at $42. Ace will throw in 3 AA batteries to go into those radios so I can program it and make it yours. Make it your personal indoor warning siren. That's what they are. We call them weather radios, but they're really your own personal weather siren. Everybody talks about, why doesn't our community have an outdoor warning siren? Well, those things are pretty expensive, and it takes your tax dollars to put them up and maintain them. Then sometimes, even when they're supposed to work, they don't work. They're good to have, but they're only made for people that are already outdoors when severe weather is coming to tell them to get indoors. And then once they get indoors, are they going to have electricity to listen to the radio or the TV? Or are you going to have one of these that's got 24-hour NOAA weather radio access? Anytime you just want to hear a forecast or hear the temperatures, or the current conditions, you just hit a bar, that big black bar that's on that radio. You walk over to it, hit that, and it tells you the weather nonstop. Then you just hit it again, and it's quiet. Otherwise, you won't know it's there until there's an emergency, until there's a weather bulletin, a tornado coming, a severe thunderstorm coming, damaging winds, flooding. Then it will sound an alarm, wake you up in the middle of the night if it has to get you up and to tell you that danger is coming. That's what these do, and I program them for your area. So get one, $38.99 plus tax. Tomorrow, noon to 2, Franklin, Ace Hardware Marketplace. Ace is the place, the helpful place. And for weather radios, they got them. All right, I'm headed back to the radio station today. Had a fairly good report for Sheila yesterday at Vanderbilt. Thank you for all your thoughts and prayers and comments. We still got some ways to go with this issue that Sheila has, and hey, but it's all good, and we're depending on the Lord and your prayers and all that. We know it's going to be fine. It's a journey. It's a journey. So thank you for that and allowing us the day off to do that. But back this morning, 6 to 10, more winning on the way and more great music to make your morning 6 to 10 at Sam 100.7. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the radio.